Hello there, my name is Jack Edwards and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I realised recently through visiting lots of university open days that I don't get to see anywhere near enough of my own country, and so this week I have teamed up with the very lovely people at GoEuro for a trip to Manchester. However, I quickly realised that Manchester is quite far away. So I whipped out my trusty GoEuro app and had a look at travel options. You can see costs for coaches, trains and flights. One of the really good things about this app is that you can add on your travel discount cards, so I was able to use my student rail card. I selected my outbound and inbound train times, and just like that, I'd booked myself a trip. Yes, it really is that easy, and as we all know, I put the fun in fundamentally incapable of doing just about anything, and I managed to do it, so you can too. So on Friday I headed to London Euston and got the train up to Manchester, which was really quick, and the Virgin trains are just lovely. I was able to crack on with some revision while on the train. I noticed after about half an hour that there was a sign actually above the seat that said reserved from Milton Keynes, so it was fine because there were loads and loads of non-reserved seats. I just happened to be sitting in a reserved one. So anyway, we got to Milton Keynes and the woman came over and said, "Oh, sorry, this is my seat." And I was like, "Yeah, that's cool, whatever." So as I stood up in my kind of haste to pack up all of my things, I picked up this coffee cup that was on the table and started to walk down the carriage with it to find a new seat. And the woman calls to me "Excuse me, why have you taken my coffee?" I just picked up this random woman's coffee and just gone on my merry way with it. The stupid thing is that I hadn't even bought a coffee that day. There was no way of me confusing that coffee for mine because I hadn't even bought one. So I don't know what I was thinking, but in that moment of I've got to get up and find a new seat, I just panicked, I guess, grabbed a coffee. So sorry, that lady, if you're watching, I'm sure you're not. So when I got to Manchester, I headed to my hotel. My hotel was right by the train station, which made it really easy to get to, so that was helpful. Well, hello Manchester. So I've come to grab some lunch, and how good does all of this look? I've got some cheesy fries, which I'm very excited about, and a Byron burger. I'm sitting on my own, and I feel a bit lame, but I don't care, because this looks amazing. This is the only date that I need. I then headed over to Manchester Cathedral, which is really nice and well worth the visit if you're in town. You can go inside as well and look at all the stained glass windows. I just have this thing with stained glass windows. I just love them. So this was very pleasing to my eyes. I then headed back towards town and spotted something perhaps even more spectacular. What is this and how do I get on it? Right, new mission is to get on that. Let's try in here. Nope, that's not it. That is definitely not it. Right, I'm going to try inside the Arndale Centre. I think I found it. Wow, this is so cool. Okay, this definitely lived up to expectation. Thoroughly recommend. It doesn't lead anywhere. I'm gonna have to go back. Yes. I bought this in the Urban Outfitters sale today. It says, "Picked last" on the front, which was basically me in PE at secondary school, so I thought this was quite apt and appropriate for me. And also this funky little stripy number. My god, I really should not be allowed to describe fashion. I also picked up some books today, so I thought I'd do a bit of a book haul. So I picked up Virginia Woolf to the Lighthouse, a bit of Jane Austen and T.S. Eliot, Brave New World by Huxley, and The Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens. All of these together came to £17, so they average out at £3.50 each, which is an absolute bargain. It was at this vintage/second-hand bookshop on the way to the Arndale Centre, so if you're in town, definitely check it out. Details will be on my blog. Manchester also has a really big music scene, and as a music lover myself, I thought it would be rude not to go to a gig while I was there. So I headed onto a website called Songkick, where you can basically look up what gigs are on in the city or town that you're in. It came up with Stormzy, Georgia Smith, and this BBC Introducing thing, which had Tom Walker. And Stormzy and Georgia Smith were sold out, so that kind of helped to narrow down my choices, at least. So I headed to Night and Day Cafe, where the BBC Introducing gig was, and it was really good. It was well worth it. I literally paid £8 for my ticket, I think, so really good value for money, and it's cool to see up-and-coming artists before they blow up. Figuratively, not literally, hopefully. So come
So come and fly away with me to a place where we could be. You're the only one who brings light just like the sun. One step at a time and just open up.
I then met up with my cousin Luke, who lives in the north. He came and met me in the evening. We went out for a few drinks. Manchester has an amazing clubbing scene. We only went to some kind of chilled bars, but it looked wild. There were lots of like stag and hen do's, so if you're planning one of those, Manchester is the place to be. So this is a place called the Prince Works, and it's very cool. Oh dear, I feel like I'm being barked at, so let's just put that down. But anyway, this is quite nice. I did a much better job of vlogging the Saturday, the second day that I was there, so this doesn't require quite as much narration, so roll the clips. Hello, good morning. It is day 2 in Manchester, and we've just woken up. I'm now with a real life northerner. How exciting! Today I think we're going to Affleck's Palace, and then we're going to go to the library and the art gallery. So loads and loads of different things to do, and hopefully we're going to fit it all in before my train at 5:30. So off we go to get some breakfast because I am starving. So we've come to Home Sweet Home. We've got some freshly squeezed orange juice, and it looks really good. I'm very excited for this. We've got our breakfast. These pancakes are ridiculously massive. I don't know why I went for 2 breakfasts. I like justify it to myself because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just like learning, you know, it's research for the blog, but this is a lot of food. So we've just stumbled upon the Cat Cafe, which is very exciting. I mean, if this video hasn't sold Manchester to you already, then this will. Yoga with cats. Seems interesting.
There's cats.
There are actual cats in there. I can't... That is just incredible. There's so much just like art all over the city, like everywhere you go there's something on a wall, which is really cool. It's like an exhibition but also a city. Or should I say eggs-hibition, because they're eggs. So that breakfast was pretty spectacular. Those pancakes were a ridiculous size. There was a ridiculous amount of pancake. And now we're heading to Affleck's Palace, which is basically like lots and lots of floors of shops and stuff. I've actually been there before, but I don't remember it at all. So we're gonna go back and have a look around. We've made it in here, I guess. Oh my gosh, I tried to be arty, but I like tripped up the step. Anyways, here's some things. I feel like you could just get lost in these places for hours. This is really cool. I feel like I want that in my car. Relatable. Oh, okay, thought I was taking a picture, but I'm filming anyway. We'll go with it. Here is Affleck's Palace. Great. I'm not sure what this is, but it's very nice. We've come to a record store. Yeah, it's really cool. We're heading in here simply because I'm intrigued about how things can be sold by weight. So the premise is, if you get 1 kilogram worth of stuff, it will cost you £15, which is really quite good. So just having a look around. There's a lot to go through. And here we have the Night and Day Cafe again, this time in the day. So it's living up to its title. We come to the market, everything smells incredible, but I am so stuffed with food that it would be cruel to my own body to eat any more. I then saw quite possibly the worst rendition of Wonderwall I have ever seen. But at least this guy was loving it. Well, they're trying. My cousin Luke then headed off to a football match in the afternoon, so I was left to my own devices. I headed to the art gallery for a bit of culture, which was very nice. It's a very nice building. Very nice. well, okay, I'm just trying to work out the deeper meaning of this painting. Now, these paintings here are by Lowry, and there's actually a Lowry separate gallery in Salford Quays, and I really like his paintings. He would sit somewhere and just paint exactly what he could see, so he captures all the different people and stuff. This place is just so nice. This place here is really cool. If you wanted to get a gift for someone, this would be perfect. Guys, I kind of want the cactus light. I feel like this could be the one plant that I wouldn't be able to kill. So I am just having a walk along the river. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's really nice. It's such a lovely day, so yeah. I've come to Canal Street, just had a walk down the canal. Oh, there we go, there it is. Elvis is here, apparently. I feel like I wouldn't be a true English literature student if I didn't at least visit the John Rylands Library. I feel like this probably isn't about the guy from The X Factor. This is a very lovely staircase, as staircases go. I've come to the John Rylands Library and it's lovely. I have to be a bit quiet because there's students from Manchester University studying here. It's so cool that they get to study in this library. It's beautiful. Let's have a look around. I then had a wander around what looked like the Hogwarts Library. Just, oh, look at all the books. Oh my god, this is heaven. When I arrived at the John Rylands Library, the woman on the reception desk very, very strongly recommended, in fact almost too keenly recommended, that I visit the historic Victorian toilets. So I saved myself up, drank quite a lot of water, and then went to the toilet. Is this too much information? I don't know. But they were very lovely toilets. They're basically, they've been restored so they look exactly like they would have done in the Victorian times. And they're very nice. Among the wees that I had in Manchester, that was probably the best. So, I would thoroughly recommend. One recommendation my cousin did have was Crazy Pedro's, which apparently do a £5 lunch deal with loads and loads of food. So if you're in Manchester on a budget, then this is the place to be. I, however, was way too full for my breakfast. All that food had beaten me. So I decided to give lunch a miss. At this point I decided to head back to the Cathedral and just sit in the sun for the afternoon and crack on with some revision. It was such a nice kind of sun trap. And I love to people watch as well. There was just so much going on in the city and yeah, it was a really nice place to just chill out for a bit. And then sadly the time came where I had to go home. So I headed to the train station, got my train back to London and then back to the town that I live in. So yeah, I had a lovely little trip to Manchester and none of this would have been possible without the amazing GoEuro app and website. Travelling always seems very stressful and complicated, but GoEuro made this trip so easy and straightforward to book. And as I said, if I can do it, then you definitely can. So why not go and have a little browse on their website, see where you'd like to go for your next trip, and book it. Be spontaneous and go for it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more. I make new videos every Monday and new blog posts every Thursday. There is a blog post which accompanies this video, which will be linked in the crotch box down below. And yeah, thank you to GoEuro for sponsoring this post. I really, really enjoyed doing it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.